ENRICH EN-LAC is one of those organizations working to support companies in European Union, in Latin America and the Caribbean to work together using this project. So let me give you a brief presentation on how we do this and what are we doing in this project and how we connect both sides of the ocean and support this collaboration once the connection between the two sides is made. So, first of all, the project works in three main regions, which are the European Union, Latin America, and the Caribbean, these three regions. And we basically work in five main areas or steps. First of all, we work to identify large companies, corporates, that have one or more digital transformation challenges. These challenges can already be defined by the corporate, or in some cases, they don't have a clear idea or they don't have a clear definition of that challenge. So we can help them from the project to identify which processes, which solutions, which services can be made more efficient, more profitable by digitally transforming them. So we have on the one hand the corporates with one or more digital transformation challenges, and for each corporate challenge, we identify startups on the other two regions of the project. Startups that could be good solvers, that could be a good fit for that digital transformation challenge. If we have a corporate from Europe, for example, L'Oréal, that is in the project, we scout solvers. We try to find startups or SMEs that could provide a solution to the challenge posed by L'Oréal in Latin America and the Caribbean. If we have a startup from, if we have a corporate from Latin America, such as Cemex, for example, from Mexico, we scout startups and SMEs in Europe and in the Caribbean. And if we have a corporate from the Caribbean, such as Notch Caribbean, that is a corporate working in the field of supermarkets, we try to find solvers, SMEs or startups in Latin America and in Europe. So there must be always this cross-regional connection. Let me check because I hear some noise. So let me try to mute. If you could mute all the attendees, Priscilla, that would be perfect, because I'm having a bit of trouble when with some background noise. Well, in any case, I continue. So I was speaking about corporates and corporate challenges on the one hand, and per each corporate challenge, we try to find solvers that are startups or innovative SMEs on the other regions. Once we have identified the potential good solvers, we present them to the corporate. We say, hey, we have these three startups that we think that they are the best to solve your challenge. So after an analysis of their quality and due diligence exercise, we carry on. We send this information to the corporate selects one, and when there is this matching between the corporate and the startup, we promote that collaboration to be fast, to be efficient, and to help them to find a good resolution of the challenge with a series of acceleration services. The ones you mentioned before, these acceleration services are in-kind services that have a value of up to 30,000 euros. And they are basically consultancy services in the field of technology, in the field of the market, or in the field of access to investors. I will let you know later about these services in the second part of my presentation. And finally, the project also works by connecting the partnership, the corporate and especially the startups, with different sources of finance, including investors or venture capital funds, and that would like to invest in the digital solution that have been developed in the project or in the startup. Again, something to be remarked, an essential condition for all the matchings, and after the matching, the support to be provided, is that the two companies, startups and corporates, come from different regions: Latin America, Caribbean, and Europe. And who's implementing this project? Well, we are a group of organizations, a consortium hired by the European Commission to undertake these works that are, by the way, completely free for corporates and for the startups taking part. So any corporate or any startup taking part in the project will benefit from our services for free. It's the European Union paying us to deliver all these services for free for companies. The coordinator of the consortium, as I mentioned before, is Tecnalia, the largest research center in Spain, located in the Basque Country. They have involved in the consortium as well its Colombian branch, Tecnalia Colombia, and also its strategic consultant arm, Octantis. Miguel is here representing the Tecnalia group and Octantis. We are representing, or I'm representing EVN, partner of the project as well, as mentioned at the beginning, the European Network of Business Incubators and Accelerators. We have EVAN in the consortium as well, which is the European Business Angel Network, Expertise France, the internationalization group of the French government, the Business School IESE, with campuses in, headquartered in Barcelona, but with campuses in many cities in the world, including Latin America. Guaira, the innovation branch of Grupo Telefónica. Caribbean Export, working on all the activities that have a link with the states in the Caribbean islands, and the Inter-American Development Bank through the IDB Lab. These are the partners that are working on these projects. And as Miguel was mentioning before, we are trying to leverage on the complementary expertise of all these partners, one's more focused on research and technology, others more linked to the market, others with investors, etc., to be able to connect European Union, Latin American, Caribbean through open innovation. We started this project in the beginning of last year. Last year was mostly dedicated to design the internal processes, how we were going to identify the corporates, how we were going to proceed to scout the startups, which would be the acceleration services that we would deliver. And we are now at full speed, as you will see, getting more and more challenges from different corporates and scouting startups for them and delivering the acceleration services. We will be working on this until December 2027, so we still have 3 years and a quarter ahead, and we will be in this period looking for corporates, looking for qualified startups and SMEs interested in partnering with international corporates. Miguel will tell you now later about these specific opportunities. We have two main, let's say, types of opportunities. We have 92 challenges today in our matching platform, challenges from corporates like L'Oreal, as I mentioned before, Volvo, Volkswagen, DHL, AstraZeneca, Cemex, Energy from Bogotá, Pampa Energía, etc., from Europe, from Latin America, from the Caribbean. So we work in helping startups to connect with these corporates. But when there's a matching, we work as well in accelerating the collaboration with these acceleration services that have a value of up to 30,000 euros. And so 92 challenges in the matching platform. You can access to these challenges by registering at this link I'm sharing here, and I will copy later in the chat. It's the matching platform of our project, and you can see there all the 92 challenges we have. You can filter also by technology, by continent, or by sector to see if there are challenges fitting with your with the activity of your startup. You go to the challenge part in the above part of the web page, and you can even submit a proposal once logged in, and once you check all the challenges. You can filter the challenges, for example, looking for solvers in Latin America and the Caribbean. Then you click on that specific challenge, and you can propose a match, send a message to the corporate representative, or even request a meeting. The next part of this presentation, so the challenges themselves, the available opportunities for Latin America and the Caribbean companies, will be presented by my colleague Miguel. So now here in this matching phase, we are. I give the floor to my colleague Miguel Rodriguez from Octantis.
Thank you so much, Ruben. So, okay, I'll be sharing my screen as well. Just one minute. I believe it is working.
It is.
Great. Okay, so as mentioned, we wanted to give an overview on the challenge that from Europe that we do have. Those are companies who are looking for solvers from Latin America and the Caribbean. So we believe this could be of interest, and those are specific opportunities to be shared with this community. As already mentioned, I mean, our main goal is to connect corporates and startups to do digital transformation projects together and supporting your growth in another continent. In this case, we're speaking about supporting you to enter into Europe. So this will be our main role, our main goal through this project through EU-LAC Digital Accelerator. Specific or what's in for startups, SMEs. This was also mentioned by Ruben, but just wanted to highlight that we are here to provide access to international business opportunities. There are 92 challenges currently into our platform, but this is something that is updated on a regular basis, and we are adding new ones every month. So this is something to be updated and to be checked on a regular basis. So this is our first objective. I mean, providing you all with business opportunities in Europe in this case. And we understand that it is not only about identifying those opportunities, but it's about building relationships, about building businesses together with large corporates. So for that, with that scope, we also support during the implementation and acceleration of those partnerships, and that's why we are providing those vouchers, which are valued in 30,000 euros in kind services. So we are supporting with the accelerator not only to identify those opportunities, but to close them, to work with corporates and implement those partnerships into the market. So that's our main goal, our main objective for you all. So this what's in for startups and SMEs. For corporates, we work together with them in order to identify the challenge that they have, to define venture client partnerships with startups, to develop the business cases, the proof of concepts, and so on, and to find additional private-public investment opportunities for them. So we are trying to balance the offering we have for corporates, so supporting them into identifying the pain points, the challenge we want to share with our community. And for the startups, SMEs is a way to get access to first customers in other continents. So that's the value proposition that we do have. This is our first year of operation, and we have already engaged with more than 45 corporates. We have enabled more than 65 matches. It means successful relationships between startups and corporates. And we are building right now, or we are starting to build nine partnerships. And this is only the beginning. As Ruben was saying, the accelerator will be running until the end of 2027. So we are just in the very beginning of this process. But this is just an overview on different companies, different corporates who are sharing or who have shared challenge within the accelerator. These last months, July, August, have been pretty active, and we have several recent corporates who have joined the platform, the accelerator as well. You have there some logos, Ormazábal, Thales, Valeo, and so on. So that's just to reinforce, to highlight that we are on a regular basis working to provide new opportunities for our community. So just to provide an overview on several logos, companies who are relying on our platform, on the accelerator, to drive their digital transformation projects. If we focus on some specific topics or challenges that we have in Europe right now, I mean, I wanted to highlight four main topics in case there are some companies here that can provide solutions, just to get at least the keywords, or to get a first overview on some topics that are of special relevance right now for us, and challenge that we already have into the platform. So four main topics I wanted to highlight. The first one is generative artificial intelligence. In this case, together with a large corporate, this is based in Spain, but they have operations worldwide. I mean, they are looking for a solution in order to generate electric plants using Gen AI. So in case there are any company who is working in this field, this is much of our interest in order to generate those electrical plants. Second topic is supply chain. I mean, there we have a few companies as Ormazábal, Arteche, DHL, who are looking for diverse solution related with predictive stock management, product tracking, shipment monitoring, and we have had in the past a few additional ones who are addressing this topic in order to get better visibility on the value chains, on the incomes, outputs of factories, and getting visibility on the products that companies are delivering to their customers. So another hot topic, we have at least 3 challenges into our platform, but on a regular basis we have more on this. So just to be aware of that, supply chain monitoring, predictive management of stocks, another topic that is so relevant for us. Third topic is everything related with satellite image. I mean, different kind of solutions that are taking advantage of image of satellite technologies in order to be used in agriculture, in industry, in farming, in water management, and so on. This is quite open to diverse sectors, so any technology on this field could be of great interest, in this case for Thales Alenia, but for also for other companies that we have into the platform. And finally, we have energy efficiency. Once again, different topics, different companies introducing a challenge on this. We have posted there a few examples regarding with CO2 capture, monitoring of the consumption of energy that factories are having, or decarbonizing the industry, the emissions that they are producing. So another hot topic for EU-LAC. So just an overview for topics, for areas in which we are very active right now, and we will be very active in September, looking for solutions for providers. Just to get you an overview on some examples of partnerships, of challenge that we are promoting, I'm sharing this example just to serve as to provide an overview on how does it work. In this case, we have InfoTrack, which is a corporate from Colombia, which is specialized in supply chain transformation. We have a startup from Europe, Blecker, which is focused on, or is specialized in artificial vision. In this case, they are working together to develop a solution to conduct real-time inventory using artificial vision. And together with the Accelerator, we will be doing a proof of concept in order to test new features and to test how we should integrate both platforms, both technology to seamless work together. And we are working on a product roadmap in order how the technology should evolve, what new features, functionalities should be incorporated to meet customer demands, and doing a soft landing strategy in Latin America in order to access to customers in Colombia, Mexico, Panama, and other countries in Central America. So this is just an example of a partnership which has been generated through the Accelerator and the kind of support that they are receiving from us, in this case, supporting into developing this proof of concept and developing the strategy in order to enter into several markets in Latin America. Same for the challenge. I mean, this is an example of the challenge that you will find into our platform. So you will find a description on what corporates are looking for and what are they offering. It is a mix of funding for the proof of concept, of access to expertise, access to infrastructure or customers that they are offering. So each challenge is different, but this is just an example of what you will find. A description on what the corporate is offering, stating the challenge they have, the current situation they have, and then the offering stating what they are providing to startups. So just to provide an example of the partnerships that we are generating and the challenge that we are promoting, this is another one from Thales Alenia. As mentioned, this is something that is happening on a daily basis. So we encourage everyone to join our Matchit platform. It's the way to get to be updated on the challenge that we have and to be in contact with the corporates involved. In case you have a solution that in case you have a solution for the challenge, here in the platform you will have the marketplace. I mean, we are building this marketplace of challenge. So you just need to identify, you have some filters in order to identify the challenge that better fit with your company. Open the profile of the challenge. There you will have all the description, and you will have here a button, I mean, in order to propose a match to the corporate and start a conversation with them and send a message to the companies. So we are trying it to be quite easy to get in contact with the corporates. On the back end, people from our team is checking the matches, the proposals that are being sent to corporates in order to support during the process. So this is the way, in order, in case you want to send a proposal to corporate, this is the way to do it. And I'm not going to focus on this. I think Ruben is going to elaborate on this. But once you have find a partnerships, once you have get to an agreement with a corporate, we are going to support you also within the implementation through a set of services. This was the last open call. It was closed on July. We are now on open call 2. It will be open until the end of October. So we are also happy to get your applications. And that's it from my side, Ruben. So I think we can move on. Just wanted to give an overview on some challenge that we have within the platform. Also open to questions. You can write on the chat, or we will have, I believe, some opportunity at the end of the meeting. So all yours, Ruben. You are
Perfect,
mute.
Miguel. Yeah, so thanks for the presentation, and I will take over now. From this moment where you or where we have seen that the matching is taking place, no? We have in this moment identified collaboration between a corporate and a startup to solve a challenge. This moment is when the project is ready to offer those acceleration services to support the collaboration that you established to solve that challenge. But we can have a matching through the matching platform. We can identify these different startups that will be introduced to the corporate. There will be a matching between the corporate and one of the startups, and we will accelerate this collaboration. But there could happen that there are, and I'm sure here we can find some of them. There are companies from the European Union, Latin America, and the Caribbean working together already. There have no need to open or to describe a challenge and put it in the platform of the project. But if you are already collaborating with a European company, preferably a corporate or a Caribbean one, you can also, you are in this moment, you are within this circle, no? You are ready to ask us to deliver for you these acceleration services. In that moment, either there have been a matching because of the matching platform, or because you have been already working, you have a contact already in Europe or in the Caribbean. We put at your disposal a mentor that together with you, we design the next steps, the different services, the different pieces of the puzzle to complete those 30,000 euros in services to foster this collaboration and to solve that challenge. Which are these services? Well, as mentioned at the beginning, we are speaking about in-kind services, which we group in 3 main categories: those more linked to proof of concept, those more linked to the business case, and the last ones are the ones focused on investment and scaling. Again, we are not offering in cash, we are not offering money, but acceleration services in kind. The value is, well, 30,000 euro today is more or less $33,000 US dollars, and the idea is that we, the different partners I mentioned at the beginning with this complementary expertise, will provide these acceleration services. I'm copying here the link where you can download the catalog of the different acceleration services. You can take a look at it and reflect upon, hey, I'm a Brazilian startup or I'm an Argentinian startup that has been in touch with this German or French or Jamaican company. We have an agreement, we are collaborating in some pilot projects, research or marketing or distribution. There's a component on digitalization in this relationship, so we can apply to receive some of these services. So you can discover here, and also that I will be describing now. On the one hand, as I mentioned before, we have like the first group that will be focus on the technology side of the collaboration. We have services to help you build corporate capabilities in open innovation. We know that some companies are used to work in open innovation schemes. Corporates speaking the same language of the startups and the other way around. But in some cases, this is not happening. Corporates are new to open innovation, or startups are new to open innovation with corporates. So we are helping to ease this process to make them speak the same language or understand each other. We also can assess the maturity in terms of corporate venturing, defining also the company potential in the field of digital transformation. Miguel colleagues are working or are experts in different technologies such as artificial intelligence, blockchain, robotics, cybersecurity, quantum computing, etc. So we can help the companies to see which technologies can apply to make their processes more efficient. We can also find complementary startups to you that could complete the solution that needs the corporate. We, of course, when designing the roadmap for the digitalization of the process or for the collaboration between the startup and the corporate, we assess the technological risks and the different product specifications that must be met for having this solution approved or in the market. And as Miguel was mentioning in the case of the partnership between Infotrack and Blecker that is being supported by the project, we are helping them with the design and implementation of pilot projects. So these are in a nutshell the services that we are providing in the field closer to technology. In some cases, the support is not requested in the field of technology, or in addition to the support required in the field of technology, the partnership also needs support in terms of the market. So this is why we have a set of services more focused on the business case. We can help the partnership to refine the market analysis, quantifying the business potential, the market, identifying potential clients. Also, we can help with an assessment of the intellectual property management of the new solution or the process that has been digitally transformed with technologies. We can validate, or we can design and validate the business model, no? Confronting our initial idea with the markets, using some potential clients and asking to the market if they are willing to pay for this solution or if they are providing a value to this new process. We can also support the companies, startup, corporate in defining, well, when there's a new process, a new solution that involves technology, additional skills in some cases are needed. So staff with the specific expertise is required. So we can also help the companies in identifying which skills are needed for their staff to use these new digitalized processes. We can work on the follow-up of the pilot projects and also the integration and implementation of the solution to see the operational viability of the solution in terms of also providing revenues or enough revenues. Last but not least are these services that are more linked to investment and scaling, and we can help you with support in designing and, for example, an international growth plan and soft landing, and this is closely linked to one of the key services that ENRICH in Latin America is providing. We can complement the services, and ENRICH EN-LAC also can support on this, helping to analyze the implications of scaling, considering the different geographies, countries, regions, and we can also prepare an internationalization plan for you to scale up internationally the solution. We can also put you in touch with investors for growing and support in the preparation of the pitch deck for you to get prepared to interviews with investors and to any potential question. As Miguel mentioned, we have the call for EU-LAC partnerships open until next month. So if you are already collaborating, working with a company in Europe, with a company in the Caribbean, so if there is this trans-regional collaboration, Europe, Latin America, Caribbean, do not hesitate to click on the link we will share with you in the presentation, the one that is appearing in this slide. And through a brief, very brief questionnaire, you can tell us about you together with your partner on the other side of the ocean. You can tell us what is your collaboration about, what is the expected impact of this collaboration, and also what or which services from these acceleration services I just described you need. Miguel showed some examples of the first open call. What we got, well, companies from Europe applying, also from Latin America and the Caribbean, and we selected 10 applications, so 20 companies collaborating together, and these are some examples of the countries involved in this collaboration. We have one partnership between Portugal and Brazil in the health sector, Germany and Uruguay, Spain and Uruguay. This is in the field of disabled disabilities and software. Germany and Uruguay again, and Ecuador, Spain and Chile, Spain and Colombia, the one with Blecker Tech and Infotrack in the field of logistics, France and Chile, Spain and Salvador, and one company from Italy working together with a company from Jamaica. Perhaps a lot of information for one session. So I invite you to follow our communication channels. We have a website, EU-LAC-Accelerator.com, where you can subscribe to our newsletters, including the most recent news, the new challenges that are being published, the open calls, and all the information that will be relevant for you to be updated and to make the most of the opportunities. We have our profiles and in social media channels, in LinkedIn, Twitter, X, YouTube, and Instagram, and also a newsletter you can follow on LinkedIn. So just to finish my intervention, I would first invite you to register at the matching platform, so you can at any moment take a look at the challenges that are there. As Miguel mentioned, the summer has been very active in the field of getting new corporates and new challenges. New ones are coming, and with important corporates and very interesting challenges. So please keep yourself updated by joining the platform and logging in frequently. And if there is already a collaboration existing between you and other companies from the other regions of the project, you can already apply to the open call to receive these acceleration services. In any case, you have here my email, and through Priscilla and ENRICH in EN-LAC team, you can reach out to us also for any question or comment. And we have also some time now, I guess, for some questions. That's all from my side. Over to you, Priscilla.
Thank you, Ruben and Miguel, for these opportunities. I guess now we open the floor to our guests here, to the participants. Maybe we have some questions, mainly about the recording. As somebody asked us, we started recording the event as soon as it started, so we can share it eventually if everybody is okay with that. And also, there's also the question about the deadline, just to make sure we say the exactly. Sorry, we say the exact date of the how can I say, the subscriptions date for the challenges, right? For the proposals, for the challenges, it would be 31st of October, right, Miguel? Just to make sure we.
Yeah, I mean, to apply for the open call, 21st of October,
Of October. However, the challenges are open if the corporations wants to connect with EU-LAC Digital Accelerator. The main channel would be, can I ask you that? So who they can talk to, they can come to Enriching Lab with us. We can include our email here, and we connect to Ruben or Miguel, or direct to Miguel and Ruben, so they can go for the proposals and the challenges, right? And there's also there are some other I don't, if anybody have any other questions here, you can just raise your hand, and we are glad to ask them. Or I don't see any hands. Or one last questions, if everybody is here wants to open your camera and take a last picture. So just for us to know each other and eventually meet somewhere. Ruben and Miguel were in Brazil, so maybe there is another opportunity that we can see each other.
I'm sure Miguel will agree with me that we would love to return soon.
Yeah, we can do that sometime whenever you are here again in Brazil, Ruben and Miguel. Please make sure you connect. Jan, welcome. I saw that you are here, our president from ENRICH, from the board. So I think we are all here. Nobody has questions. Maybe if you have any other questions, please make sure you send us them by email, or we make sure we can go for the questions afterwards. And so I guess everybody that's here that can open the camera is just open. Sophie, are you ready? Okay, so 1, 2, 3. Smile. Okay, once more. Just wait a minute. Okay, engineer is here. Engineer, I think your camera is off, but anyway. Oh, João. Okay, so 1, 2, 3. A lot of people. Yes. Okay. So once more, a lot of people were joining. So are you okay, Sophie? Do you get it?
Everything's okay.
Thank you so much. That's better, right, Ruben? Because when you are in event online, you just don't know exactly the people. We're just talking, and it's kind of informal. So now we represent each other, and if somebody has questions, please just raise your hand, or Ruben and Miguel are here for you. So if no questions.
In any case, we will be available by email. So if not directly through us, they can connect with you, Priscilla, and any question we will be more than happy to reply.
Okay, maybe I have a question for you, Ruben. Afterwards, after the talks, how, like, do you have any other, what's the next, next steps, or are you planning or on other kind of calls like this to help them on the, because once they test and it's okay and it's validated, is there a plan to go for the next steps for the contract or the box or the 30,000 euros will go only for the POC? That's my questions. What is
the 30,000 euros could be, and normally in part they go for the POCs. Other part normally, well, and it will depend on the needs, on the specific needs of each partnership. Other part could go to, for example, draft an internationalization plan once the solution has been tested. And for example, another one could go on supporting the certification, for example, of a medical device that has been improved for the European Union market or for the Latin American market or whatever. So we have these 30,000 euros in services from the catalog, and we are normally providing 3-4 services. So these different pieces of the puzzle up to these 30,000 euros of value. And one thing that we didn't mention, if the partnership is involving one organization from the Caribbean, so one of the companies is from the Caribbean, the value is up to 40,000 euros. So we can increase a bit the value of the services received.
okay? So the main restriction to access, like the call, is to have a corporate and a startup engaged, right? Like in the moment of testing, like in the maturity level of testing the solution. Is there any other restrictions that they may be concerned about?
I'm sharing here in the link the web page of the open call. I'm also In 1 minute, I'm sharing also. Can you see the screen? So you can
Yes.
see here who can apply. The call is open to
Okay.
partnerships that address digital transformation challenges through open innovation. So there must be always this digitalization component. If there's a collaboration that has nothing to do with digitalization, it's not eligible from the project. Involve at least one corporate and one startup or innovative SMEs. And well, this trans-regional component involving at least organizations from 2 regions of the project. And well, how many of the partnership? This can be even planned. Well, it's just an agreement saying that we are willing to collaborate and we will work together in this process. So nothing more complex.
Okay. Is there a timeline for that? Like, it has to be a project that it's about 3 months, or it's like a restriction about timing?
We are, correct me if I'm wrong, Miguel, we are expecting this process of acceleration, the delivery of these acceleration services during 6 months, ideally, or not more than 6 months. Then we will see, depending on each case, perhaps some pilots or some services would require more time, but our objective is to be within these 6 months, because as you can see, we have several processes going in parallel in the project. We are always looking for corporates, but each challenge we are looking for solvers, and when there is a matching, we are providing these acceleration services. So we want the acceleration services not to last forever, so we can be opening processes and closing processes just to avoid acceleration processes lasting for 2 years and having 50 acceleration processes with whom we have to deal at the same time.
Okay. So these are my questions. So thank you, Ruben. Does anybody else has a question? I think I saw that Richard, he has some projects already, so probably they would be expecting to subscribe. And if anyone here, anyone else has a question for our project.
Well, in the meantime, just a call for you to register in the platform and just to see what's there in terms of challenges. Potential collaborations you have, or some contacts you used to have with the other regions of the project. So that could be resumed by using this call that we have. So, hey, we've been speaking about this opportunity 3 years ago. Why don't we analyze if we can work together again with the support we have available through the EU-LAC Digital Accelerator? And finally, if you have contact with corporates, that would be fantastic if you can invite them to join the project. These are our priorities to try to help connect European, Caribbean, and Latin American companies.
Yeah, I think it's a great opportunity also for startups who are willing to test there and already have the projects. However, they don't have enough, money or funding support to go for it. So it's a very good opportunity. We will share with our network for sure. So sorry, Jen, do you have any? Yeah, can you hear me? No. Yeah.
I'm sorry, I can hear yes.
Okay. I thought you were saying something. Do you want
No.
to So we are going for the closing. I guess nobody else has any other questions. And thank you so much for the opportunity, Ruben and Miguel. Again, we stay in touch as soon as if we have any other questions through email, or we will send it back to you and keep in touch. And hopefully we have a lot of projects.
Perfect. Looking forward to working
Thank you.
together with you all.